Thank you guys for having me. It's going to be hard for me to follow the speeches that were just presented by everyone else on stage. But first of all, I just want to before I even get into my story, before I tell you guys a little bit about myself and give you some words of inspiration, I just want everyone in here, from the scholarship recipients to the parents, to give yourself a round of applause for everything that you're doing. Just a few years ago, I was sitting in your shoes. I was a scholarship recipient. My senior year of high school, I was able to receive a scholarship thanks to my Labrawn and his wife. But before I was even in your shoes, I was an athlete, I was an honor student, and I really thought I had everything going for myself. And so one tragic day, I was involved in a hit-and-run car accident. Someone hit me from behind and kept going. My car went over the interstate, 25-foot drop, I broke my neck, collapsed my lungs. I was pronounced dead upon arrival. As you guys can imagine, that was a really tough time in my life. And each parent that's in here in the audience, just think about if that was your son or your daughter. It was very difficult for me. And I laid in the hospital bed, lifeless and hopeless, not really sure what I was going to do next. I made excuses, I contemplated suicide, and I just really honestly didn't want to be here on earth. But as I laid there, I made goals. And I told myself I can either sit around, make excuses, or I can get up and start doing something for myself. So I realized very soon that me being in a wheelchair wouldn't define my life. And I was determined, even though I would be sitting down for a while, that I would stand and face every life skill head on. So as I spent a couple months in the hospital, I went on back to King High School, which former Mayor Pam already was a graduate from as well. I went back to King High School. I was senior class president, I gave the graduation speech, and that ended a chapter in my life. There was a lot of skepticism on what was I going to do next, if I was able to be independent, if I was going to be able to achieve great goals. So I started to hang around other people that had been injured as well. And some of my buddies played wheelchair rugby, and I got involved in that. It was a great experience. And as time went on, I developed independence. I developed confidence in myself that no matter how hard life is, I will still accomplish all my goals. And a couple years ago, me and my buddy, we were joking around about doing something crazy. I mean, off the wall crazy. He's like, well, let's go do something crazy. I'm like, okay, cool. Before you know it, I was in Zeppelin Hills, and I was getting ready to go skydiving. I was afraid to tell any of my family and my friends because I knew they would lecture me about going skydiving. But I gained the confidence and I went. But when I got there, we went about 250,000 feet in the air. And I looked down and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And before I could even change my mind, they just pushed me like all through clouds. I'm like, what's going on? And my instructor finally put the parachute and we just free fall. I was out of breath. I was extremely frustrated. We got to the end at the ground. I'm like, God, what's wrong with you? Why did you push me? I said no. My instructor didn't speak very good English. He said, oh, buddy. You said no? I thought you said go. I thought you said go. Well, I didn't say go, but I had a great experience. When I was up there in the air, I learned a valuable lesson in my life. Sometimes when you're so high up, you realize how small your problems are. And I realized at that moment that I would not let any small problems get in my way of success. So, like I mentioned, I went on to start a program thanks to the help of my great mentor, Tyrone Keys, who's in the audience, and Rule Out. And my goal was to show students that they can learn life skills while still in high school, so that when they graduate, they'll be ready for the real world. A lot of my students that I help are currently in college. And now, I'm at Florida State pursuing my degree. I'll be done in a year with a degree in history and mass communication. I want each and every student in this audience right now to know that this dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. Parents, family members, relatives, I'm sure it's been a battle for you guys to go through endless doctor's appointments and see your kids struggle Has they been told what they can't do? Sometimes it gets tough. It gets frustrating when people keep saying you can't do it. But you know in your heart that it can be done. And no matter how it looks, you say, I can do this. It may be a tough wall, parents, but my son and my daughter is just as good as the next person. So I will not allow a doctor or someone else to tell me what they can't do. And I know sometimes if you look at the facts of the life, you look at statistics that the doctors give you, you may say, I don't see how it's going to be done. Statistically, there's no way I can go to college. There's no way I can ever be successful. But I want you guys to remind yourself every single day that if you dream and your passion is big, the facts don't matter. They don't matter, and it never will. And as you guys continue to pursue your journey of life, as you guys continue to face the obstacles head on, you guys may not have ever played sports or had any amazing stories like the speakers before us, but you guys are battling a game every single day, and that's the game of life. And in this game of life, there's three things you always have to remember. You have to work hard, dream big, and help others along the way. If you work hard, if you dream big, and you help others along the way, when everything's said and done, you have no regrets, kids. You have no regrets for your children's parents. And I want to encourage every parent, every relative, every friend in this audience to continue to push every scholar further than they ever think they can imagine. Encourage them that they are special. No matter their disability or apparent disability, allow that to be your ability to strive into excellence. And I want to leave you guys in a short form. And I want you guys to really listen up for a second. Because I'm sure everyone in this audience have had a point in their life where they felt as though they can't stand. You had an adverse situation in your life, and you're like, I just physically, mentally, spiritually, I just can't get up and I can't face another day. But no matter how hard life seems, I want to encourage every single person to always conquer their dreams. Even when the doors continue to shut in your face, don't give up the race. I've cried tears of pain, but I've decided not to continue to sit around in sorrow. My determination and ignorance has sprung me till tomorrow. Temporarily, life's doors, they shut in my face. But rather than giving up hope, I've gained more pride. I take what I have, I continue to strive. My body's like a battery. It's just not fully rechargeable. But the longer the road is, the slower I have to go. And nothing will make me stop. And if I drop, I'll pull myself to the finish. Most people know me for being tenacious. My character and personality has brought me through the rain. Now I see beautiful sunshine and the rainbow, which reminds me that my life is no longer in vain. With college in my path, there is knowledge I will have. And no matter what, I will still stand, I will still stand, I will still stand. Thanks a lot.